I actually woke up to film this haul video, and that's why I look so sleepy. I was asleep, and I woke up, and I was like, oh no, I gotta film my haul video. My family calls it my superpower. It's my ability to see value in things that other people might overlook. Sometimes I go picking with my boyfriend, sometimes it's my best friend Sue, and sometimes it's my kids. But at the end of the day, it's all about having fun and hopefully just maybe making a profit. Okay, out on the table here in front of me, I have everything from yesterday's trip to the flea market. We got a lot of stuff. Off the top of my head, I can't tell you exactly what we spent on it, but I can say that we absolutely spent less than $30. I do believe we spent less than $30 on everything that's out here on the table. So right now I'm going to talk about everything that we got and what I can expect to get for it, either on eBay or Etsy. So we're gonna go through this really quick because Mr. Sleepyhead's right over there and we don't want to disturb him too much. So let's go through this stuff. We're gonna talk first about the first box lot area that we had. One of our favorite box lot areas where we usually do pretty well. We're usually late and we still get very good stuff. So I spent a total of $15 there at that box lot. Filled an entire $15 banana box. And I think we did okay. So let's talk about everything we got there. We will start with the first thing that Andrew picked up, which were these. There's two of them. When I first saw them, I was like, I know who makes those. I can't think of it. But now that I've had a chance to get them home and look at them and see that on the bottom, oh yeah, those are L.E. Smith. I know, and I can say for a fact that yes, these are L.E. Smith without a doubt. Now these would have had flower frogs on the top, which some of my viewers did point out. I appreciate you guys. That kind of helped just a bit. Now I have seen these sell online from anywhere from around $12 to $20. Now, one of the ones that sold for $20 did not have the flower frog on the top, which I thought was kind of strange. Whereas one of the ones with the flower frog on the top sold for $12. So they're kind of all across the board. It doesn't really matter if the flower frog is on the top or not, from what I could see. I would expect probably to get anywhere from $12 to $16 for these each. There is some flea biting on them. Flea biting I use to describe itty bitty chips that can usually only be detected by running your finger through. So there are a few condition issues. They were out of a box a lot, so everything's just jumbling around, and it's to be expected in some of these things. So okay, so right after that, what did we pick up next? I'm trying to see. I'm not sure what we picked up next after that, but let's just keep going. So let's talk about the Stengel pottery. Now you guys saw me pick a couple pieces of this up, and Andrew made the comment, well, isn't that dead? It is a hard sell. It doesn't sell for what it used to. I mean, none of these vintage and antique items sell for what they used to. The market used to be very strong on these items, and it's kind of hit a slump recently. So that includes the little areas of, for example, Stengel. So this little trinket dish box right here, it has no chips or cracks. Surprising, because like those two little dishes right there, it's been jumbling around in the boxes. This sells for $15 to $20. And we've got a flower on there. It does have the mark on the back. And it's Terra Rose. I'm assuming that is the pattern of the piece. So I thought it was a nice little trinket box. So that. Now this piece I really liked, and I liked it because of the pattern, not necessarily because it was Stengel. And this is the piece where she said, isn't that dead? And I said, no, not if it's that pretty, because I mean, look at that pattern. I mean, I love that. I love the yellow and the blue and the purple. I just think it looks really appealing. So this piece right here, I believe would be considered a relish dish. I mean, it wouldn't be necessarily what I would consider a relish dish, but all the ones online that I could find described, this is a relish dish. So this pattern is called Country Garden, and it's kind of rather large. There are no chips or cracks on it, and a piece like this would sell probably between $20 and $30. Now, I'm not sure whether this pattern would increase the value or not because I was not able to find one in this pattern. So perhaps this pattern is a little bit more rare, I'm not sure. But the average price of these relish dishes, that's a tongue twister, was $20 to $30. So doing all right with the stangle, I'd say. Okay, also at that box lot, oh my gosh, I really just can't even talk tonight. Oh, all right. Also, at that box lot, we were able to pick up a little bit of Fitz and Floyd. Now, Fitz and Floyd stuff does sell, but there's some at one end of the spectrum and there's some at the other end of the spectrum. And the only way that you can really know is to research it yourself. I'm not gonna be able to tell you, well, this sells and this sells and this doesn't sell, because there's so much Fitz and Floyd out there. Some of the Christmas stuff does sell very, very well. And I know that when I'm at the flea market and I'm paying $15 for an enormous banana box, I'm gonna make out. So I bought these two pieces right here. They are both handcrafted in China, Fitz and Floyd. They're just nice Christmas dishes. So the smaller one, I think I could probably expect to get anywhere from 12 to 16 for it. Probably the larger one, I could expect to get 16 to 25 for it. So combine them together, and which I would probably do. I would probably sell these together around Christmas time. I'd probably get, I would say 30 to 35, maybe even up to 40 during Christmas time. I'm not even sure what that specific pattern is. They all have names for the specific patterns, because you guys also saw we picked up this one. So you can see there is a variation there. They have different dishes and stuff. This is for all seasons, and this one is just Fitz and Floyd Essentials. So they are different, but the cookie jars specifically, some of the Christmas cookie jars, those you can sell. But only specific ones. So you just, yeah, you're gonna have to just look them up and know what you're looking for. So, Fitz and Floyd. What else did we get at the box lot? Okay, so you guys didn't actually see me pick this up. And what was funny about this is it was just sitting all by itself on top of a box, and nobody had grabbed it. It was just like sitting right there. And I said to the guy, I was like, is this a trick? And he says, what? I said, nobody's grabbed this yet? He's like, no. And I'm like, but it's just sitting there by itself. He's like, yeah. I'm like, okay. I thought it was like, what is this, a trick? Is there a camera somewhere? Is somebody watching me? It was just sitting there all by itself. It wasn't in a box, just sitting on top of a box. So this piece right here is marked P. Conin, C-O-N-N-I-N. So upon looking up the artist who painted this piece, they did art for Deluxe USA Glass, is the name of the company, I'm assuming. Most of the work is signed on the bottom. This piece is not signed on the bottom. Now, what was funny is when I was researching this, I was finding a lot of this Deluxe USA Bristol all strung together in a title. So Bristol glass, I'm almost positive, is made in England. So to me, Deluxe Glass USA and Bristol doesn't really go together so well. It's like, well, one of those is made in England and one of those is made in USA. So I don't think those really go together, those tags. But I think it's a beautiful vase. It's milk glass, it is blown glass. You can see the Pontil mark on the bottom. And it's a really nice piece. It is hand painted. There are some flea bites along the edge, but there are no cracks. Otherwise, it is a nice piece. I would probably expect to get $30 to $40 for this vase because it's a beautiful hand painted piece and look beautiful on a mantle. I love pieces like that for mantle pieces. This right here, T and V, France. Yes, France. I'm not sure if this is Limoges or not, but it is T&V France. A candlestick like this would sell between $20 and $25 from this specific company. Now, factor in the fact that it is Art Deco. I don't know if you guys can see that it is Art Deco. It is in fact an Art Deco design, and I believe that I could get more for it because it is Art Deco. It has an Art Deco design, and I think that would actually increase the value because everybody likes Art Deco. So I think that might boost it a little bit, but I would expect to get between, yeah, somewhere in that range. So already, obviously made our $15 back, and we've still got more stuff to talk about. So these plates. Now, I found similar plates on eBay. These are Kutani plates, and they are Japan. They have a mark on the back. The mark is a scribble. It is a Japanese scribble character. To me, it just looks like a scribble because I don't know what I'm looking at. I'm sure it means something. But anyway, I got 1, 2, 3, 4 little plates, and I got 4 larger plates. So they are hand painted. Somebody has theirs listed as 1800s. I hold these, and you guys know that I'm out at the stores looking at rose medallion a lot, and I'm able to see it, and I'm able to hold it, and I'm able to say, okay, well, this is definitely 1800s. These are heavy. These are not what I would hold and say, oh, these are old. They're not that translucent. I mean, they are. They are kind of see-through, but they're not. I don't believe they're 1800s. I think the other person had theirs listed wrong, but their set of 8 sold for $25. So I'm not sure if I was to list them correctly, if I could actually get more for them. And the fact that I have little plates and big plates, I'm not sure. I don't think they're as old as that person thought they were. I don't think that person had them listed correctly. But even the artwork does not appear to be old to me, so. I'm just not sure what I can get for those plates. I know I could get at least $25 for them, so. Next, we have these plates. You guys know I pick these up often. When I look at plates, I'm not necessarily looking at them as plates. I'm looking at them as wall art. I do that a lot. I actually have plates on my own walls. I just look at them for the artistic factor. And these plates have a nice artistic factor. They are made in Japan. They're luster wear. They have peach luster and they have blue luster. There is a stack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. They are all identical, and they have a bird and a tree. I do not believe these ones are super old. They are vintage, but the mark, I'm not gonna say super old, but definitely vintage, and there is a bird on them. They are pretty, and they would look nice on the wall. There's not a whole lot of wear on them. I think the last time we bought peach luster plates, they had a lot of hatch marks on them, like people had been seriously using them to cut up their food. These have some scratching on them, but it's not scratching like I'm gonna eat my steak off of this plate. These are just some typical scratching. So for these, I would expect that I could probably get $8 to $15 a piece for just the artistic factor of these plates. Because of the bird, I might be able to get more, but I'm gonna say conservatively, I think that's probably what I can get for these plates. Now this guy, I have no clue what I can get for Edward Pastrami. Oh, I just came up with that. I don't know. He's just funny looking. Somebody had suggested that he was a liquor pourer. He has no holes in his face, so he cannot pour liquor out of his face. He looks like he's a spool. He's a spool, and somebody stuck a glob of clay on the spool and made a little patriotic guy with a red, white, and blue hat. So he is patriotic. He's kind of endearing in a way. No clue what I can get for Edward pastrami, but we're gonna throw him up. This is Kathleen's younger brother. The whole family of pastramis. Let's see. Where were we? Is that everything we got at the box lot? No, I think. Oh my gosh. Okay. I think we got this at the box lot as well. This is obviously another Japan piece. It is a peach luster. You see here, peach luster. It's got this kind of pearlized effect. It also has green and florals, kind of like the trinket box that we got the other day, the one that looks like a book. It was really nice with the flowers painted on it. So this is just a little basket. It has the mark on it, Japan. And I did notice that it does have, when it was made, see that black dot? That's like a manufacturer's mark, right? On like some scalding material that just like singed the back of the basket. So anyway, for this piece, I would expect probably to get $12 to $16 for this. And I love that it's hand painted. I think that's fabulous. I love the green. I love the contrast of the green and the orange. Very well done, Japan. I like it. Okay. The carnival glass. The carnival glass. I don't think that this is very old carnival glass. Actually, I just noticed there's a giant chip in it. This is going in my cabinet with the rest of my carnival glass. It is just a marigold. It does not have a very strong iridescence to it. And I'm not even sure of the pattern. But I did just notice there's a chip in the bottom. So that's a shame. But I'm always picking up carnival glass when I can find it. And it's in, you know, decent condition. It's not like totally mangled like that other piece that was in the box. So I'm not sure what the value on this piece would be, but I don't think it really matters because it's just gonna go in my collection. And I'm gonna just turn the chip so that nobody can see it. And nobody will ever know because it's in my collection. Now that is everything. Oh, and the plate that Andrew got. Andrew is asleep. I think he's sleeping. It's actually really late tonight. Oh my god, I got late. I actually woke up to film this haul video. And that's why I look so sleepy. I was asleep. And I woke up and I was like, oh no, I gotta film my haul video. And I came downstairs and he had passed out. I was like, I gotta film the haul video. You're gonna film it with me? He's like, okay, I'm gonna film it. So anyway, this plate is marked, oh my gosh, smelly. I think it's honestly marked smelly. Smelly England. All right then, smelly England. This plate is Merry England. It says, wait, no, it definitely says Smelly England. The back says Smelly England, the front says Merry England, and it says historical episodes. King Henry, at Robin Hood's request, shoots the first arrow. So it's just a nice little plate. I'm not sure whether or not Andrew would like to list this. I don't know how much it is worth. I do not know his stuff, but I'm sharing it with you because he's not here to do that. You do not get his commentary. I apologize for that. It's my fault. I fell asleep. I should have done this earlier. Okay. Oh, we're missing the cat. I think it's outside. It doesn't matter. We'll skip the cat. I did get a brown pottery cat. I'll go get it at the end of the video because I wanted to know if you guys knew who made it because it's got me stumped. I don't know who makes it, but I'll go grab it at the end of the video. I got a couple planters. So this one I paid $3 for. It is just a little dog planter. It doesn't have any chips or cracks. I'm not sure who makes this one. Possibly made in Japan. Not positive about that. This one, I suspect, is Shawnee. Also paid $3 for this one. And those are both from the same vendor. So I would expect to get probably, I want to say 12 to 16 for this one. And about the same for this one. Probably somewhere in there. So usually what I get for planters, unless there is some, unless they're made by some special company or they're a rare planter to collectors, the average price of planters is somewhere in there. Let's talk about, this was actually at the same vendor. It is a Majolica parrot pitcher, and this is actually already sold. I listed this last week. I got a little ahead of myself. I figured I'd have this video out. I skipped 2 days. If I hadn't skipped 2 days, the video would have been out, and it would have been out, and you guys could have known that, oh yeah, that's up on eBay. But this picture, I just absolutely love the fact that it's a parrot. It is Majolica, but the inside I was noticing is very, very white, and the bottom just doesn't have the wear that I like to see on vintage pieces. So I suspect it may be a vintage reproduction, but it is still a really, really beautiful piece. So I did mention that in the listing that I'm not completely sold on the fact that it is an actual vintage piece. They did make these actual vintage pieces, but there are reproductions out there, lots of reproductions, because let's face it, they're really neat pictures. So I paid $3 for that. I want to say, I'm not sure how much that sold. I want to say like between $20 and $30 that sold for. Paid $3 for that. So yeah, I forgot where I was going with that. Anyway, it's late. This little guy, so cute. It's a little panda, made in occupied Japan. Again, you know, $12 to $16, probably in that range. The fact that it's made in occupied Japan might boost the value. There used to be a very strong collector's market for made in occupied Japan pieces. However, that market has, like many other things, kind of, you know, it's not as strong as it once was. So it could boost the value, it may not, but this piece is occupied Japan versus just regular Japan. So sometimes when you see occupied Japan, it's a little bit more desirable. Whoa, my camera just died. It's a little more desirable than just plain old Japan. Now this piece is not marked. Oh, we've got a train coming anyway, so we're just gonna do this. Okay, that was easy. All right, so this piece right here, we're just gonna skip right ahead. This piece is the cat that I was very much like, I don't know who makes that. You know, there's a lot of cat planters out there that actually have the hole in the butt, and this one does not have the hole in the butt. It's just a hole in the top, and it's this brown glaze. Not sure who makes it. If you know, please let me know in the comments. I didn't want to list it until I knew who made it, because I've made that mistake. I'm not gonna do it again. Where were we? What in the world? There's a little hole in this guy's head. I wonder what that means. Anyway, I'm running out of battery. This is a very, very large swan planter. And the bottom, I believe, says made in Japan. However, the mark is kind of like squished. This measures, I want to say, 8 inches tall by 11 inches wide. It's probably one of the larger ones I have seen, and it was made in 2 pieces. So this was attached after. It is light green with this dark, you know, detailing, and it's in really good condition. There's no chips, no cracks. There is crazing on it. I'm not exactly sure how much this piece will go for, because there are others listed that are like large planter, and I'm looking at the dimensions. I'm like, sweetheart, that's not large. I've got a large one. This is like super large. It's like a massive swan planter. So I'm thinking I can get at least $30 for this swan planter, probably more, because the other one that sold that was a large swan planter sold for $30. And mine's even bigger. So I think that's probably a realistic amount for it. Now this guy, this is a little pirate that Andrew picked out. It is a pirate bank. I usually steer clear of banks because there are so many reproductions out there. I don't know, this guy had a little souvenir. He's a Gettysburg souvenir, which is kind of funny because he's a pirate, but still cool at the same time. And that's why Andrew was attracted to him, because Andrew is a huge history nerd, as you guys know. And Gettysburg is one of his favorite places in the world. And so he loves pirates, he loves Gettysburg. This is a marriage of two of his favorite things. And he thought it was good, so he bought it. I don't know if he's selling it or not. There's one listed currently without the little Gettysburg thing for $75. It is not sold. This is a pot metal, so it is, it's not cast iron, it's pot metal. It's like there's some mishmash of metals, a white metal, a very fragile metal, but yeah. It's an interesting piece, little pirate bank. I believe it is a bank. Yes, there's a bank slot right there, right above his butt. Anyway, I think that's everything. I think that is actually everything that we got in yesterday's flea market video. Besides the printer's trays, Andrew picked up 2 printer's trays. He paid $15 a piece for those. We use them to display stuff that we've dug while we've been out metal detecting. You guys know that's our other hobby. They make wonderful displays for metal detecting finds. So those go up on the wall typically, but anyway, that's everything that we got. We definitely need our money back in, you know, some cases in at least one piece. For example, $35 possibly. So pretty pleased with our trip to the flea market. Andrew went to the flea market this morning at 6:30 a.m. to go meet up with John. He texted me like an hour later, I'm coming home, I've spent $175. I went to our box lot guy, and oh my gosh, the stuff that we were missing, I bought 3 boxes. So he came home with 3 boxes. And tomorrow I'm going to go through it with you guys. I'm really excited. I did see some of the stuff, but some of the stuff I haven't really seen yet. So it's gonna be like a reaction video, like, what did you buy, Andrew? It's gonna be fun. So I'm probably gonna film that video tomorrow, and I might actually put it out the following day. So I'm looking forward to doing that video with you guys. But anyway, I guess I'll see you tomorrow. Later. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and if you've spotted something that you just can't live without, don't worry. I've put a link to our Etsy store down in the description.